welcome to day 5. Congratulations for making it this far. So awesome. So excited to practice with you again today. So for today's practice, we're moving up from the heart chakra to the throat chakra. And we'll be focusing the theme of our class around gratitude and appreciation for the little things. So the little everyday occurrences that make you smile, that make you have faith in life, whether it's a simple interaction, or for me right now on this really hot sunny day, just a nice breeze blowing through. I just so appreciate it. It feels so good. And the way that we're going to connect this to the throat chakra as you move through your day and you attune yourself to those little things that make you feel grateful and appreciative, I'd love for you to practice verbalizing them. And I'd love for you to tune into what you talk about when you have interactions, whether you have a tendency to share things that are really uplifting and exciting for you, or if you have a tendency to, like I find myself sometimes, where you go in with this energy of complaining about stuff. You know, it's too hot, this is going on. This is such a natural thing as human beings. This is how we relate to one another, but it's such a powerful practice to be an uplifter, not only to ourselves, but to the people around us by sharing the things that we are grateful for in each and every moment. So notice what you verbalize, what you speak about today. Tune into that with compassion, with a sense of humor, because it can be funny when you start to attune yourself. And we'll have a really great practice today, moving into Matsyasana, fish pose, which is just the most incredible yoga pose for opening up and harmonizing the throat chakra. So for today's practice, we're going to start lying down on the back. You can bend the knees, place the soles of the feet flat on the ground, lowering all the way down onto the back here, resting for a moment in your Shavasana position. Just notice how good it feels to breathe, how good it feels to be supported, these sweet little things that we take for granted. Tuning into all of the actions that the body takes for us each and every day, and we don't even know. So from here, we're going to bend the knees, place the soles of the feet flat on the earth. And then we're actually going to extend the legs right up to the sky, extend the arms up to the sky. Reach the hands and the feet up towards the beautiful blue sky. And then we'll start to do some ankle and wrist circles. You can go all in one direction. You can go back and forth. I tend to be pretty sporadic about it. So just doing it in whatever way that feels good, warming up the fascial lines of the legs and the arms here. And then we'll wind down our circles. You can lower that left leg down to the ground. Left leg is strong and rooted. We'll hold behind that right thigh. Right foot pressing up towards the sky. And we'll actively push the right leg into the hands. Hands pull towards you. Nice opening for the hamstring. Breathing here. Inhale, left leg comes up to meet the right. We'll lower the right leg down, interlace behind the left leg now. So again, press that foot as if you're standing on the sky. Push the leg into the hands, pull the hands towards you. We're grounding the femur bone here. This is really nourishing and soothing for the nervous system. Inhale, both legs up to the sky. You can release the hands to your sides. We're going to move into some gentle core work here. Pull the navel into the spine. Ribs soften towards the earth. Arms are heavy, jaw is soft. Exhale, let's lower that left foot down towards the ground. Inhale, back up towards the sky. Exhale, right leg comes down towards the ground. Inhale, back to the sky. Exhale, left leg. Inhale back up and continue it on at your own pace. And it doesn't matter how low the feet go, so long as the core stays strong, the low back is pressing down towards the earth. So a really nice engagement here. Let's do one more each side. Inhale back up to center. Press those legs together, point the toes up to the sky, actively pull the legs towards one another, engaging through the inner leg line. From here, we'll hug the knees right into the chest. Take a big breath, feel how good it feels to breathe and be in the body and move. And from here, we're going to transition up to seated, so you can rock and roll, or you can roll off to the right or the left side. Coming all the way up on your mat. Finding a comfortable cross-legged seat. We're going to spend some time opening up the physical space of the shoulders, of the neck. So from here, we're going to extend that right arm out to the right. Left ear falls down towards the left shoulder. So left arm can just be heavy. I really want you to pull that right hand away from you, almost as if somebody's pulling on your hand. It's going to deepen the stretch. And then you can start to point the fingertips up towards the sky. You're going to feel this all the way along the line of the arm. If it's too intense, just put the fingertips back down. And then we'll slowly rest the gaze down towards the earth, moving the stretch into the back space of the neck, into the traps. Inhale, let's come all the way back up to center. Plant the right fingertips down to the right. Inhale the left arm up, over to the right, side body stretch. So pause here, opening up through the side ribs. Inhale all the way back up to center. This time the left arm comes out to the left, right ear to the right shoulder and arm heavy. So right away you should feel a stretch right in where the neck meets the shoulder. You can stay here, you can start to point those fingertips up towards the sky. It can be really intense. And then we'll play with the gaze, moving it down towards the ground. Inhale all the way back up to center. Exhale, left hand down to the ground. Right arm sweeps up to the sky. Side body stretch to the left. So opening up into the rib cage. Breathe into the rib cage, the side waist. Inhale all the way back up to center. Roll out the shoulders a couple of times. Feel the space that you've created in the neck. And then from here, we're going to do a little head and neck massage. So starting at the temples, just gently starting to massage behind the temples. It's up to you how much force you want to use. And then starting to massage along the side of the head, moving down behind the ears. You can be a little bit more forceful here. Moving all the way down until you reach the occiput, which is the space where the neck meets the skull. Placing your fingers right at the center here, massaging outwards. Just slow little circles. When I used to do massage, I don't think I ever had a client who didn't hold some sort of tension in the neck, in the traps, in the shoulders. So sometimes we can't wait to get a massage, we just need to do it ourselves. Placing the fingertips right at the spine now. You can pull the skin of the neck away and down, massaging into either side of the spine. Making your way all the way to the traps. Give yourself a big squeeze here. All along. Bringing some blood flow, some energy into this space. And then you can release that, shake out the hands a little bit. Should feel really good. Ooh. Really enliven your energy to release tension in this area. I had my eyes closed. If you did too, you can open them back up, celebrating that. We're going to transition over into our tabletop position. From tabletop, we'll shift right back into downward facing dog. Spend a few moments here, getting a nice inversion. You can walk out the legs, bending one knee and then the other. On your next inhale, let's walk all the way up to the top of the mat. Press the feet firmly into the ground. Sweep the arms up to the sky. Gaze up. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. So again, tuning into the small stuff. For me, it's the breeze. It's all of these flowers all around me. So gazing around your surroundings, tuning into what you can appreciate right here, right now. Inhale, let's take a big step back with that right foot, coming into a high lunge here. So find your balance, find your footing. And then we're going to inhale the arms to the sky, and we're going to interlace the fingers behind the head here. So right at that occiput that we were massaging here, we're going to place the interlaced fingertips here. Elbows can come towards the head or they can come wide. One's going to feel better on the chest. What we're going to do is we're going to press the head back into the hands, starting to shift ourselves into this little back bend. You can start to open up the elbows if they weren't already. Keep that core nice and toned and strong. So we're aligning the head and the heart here. Take one more big breath. This is a really strong pose. And then exhale, we're going to release the hands back to the hips. We're going to straighten out that front leg. Toes pivot to the front edge of the mat, about 45-degree angle. Let's square off the hips if they aren't already. Hip points facing the front of the mat. Exhale, coming into our pyramid pose, folding all the way down over that left leg. So I like to rest completely here, countering that little back bend that we did. Inhale, press into the feet, come all the way up, step to the top of the mat, Tadasana. Breathing here, feeling the strength of the body. Inhale, let's step that left leg back, about a leg's length distance, high lunge. Strong and anchored through the legs, press the feet into the earth, draw the legs towards one another. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, let's interlace the fingers behind the head once again. So you can stay right here. You can start to press the head into the hands, pull the elbows wide, really strengthening for the upper back, the back of the neck. So good for your posture. Take one more full breath here, expanding the heart. And then we'll release the hands down to the hips. We'll plant that left foot down to the ground, 45-degree angle. Straighten that front leg, hip points to the front of the mat. Exhale into our pyramid pose, other side. So press into the legs, quadriceps are engaged. Fold fully in, let the head and the neck go. Inhale, let's press into the feet, coming all the way up. Step back into our Tadasana position, top of the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's plant the hands, step all the way back, high plank position here. Strong through the hands, pull the navel into the spine. Exhale, lower the knees or not, all the way down to the belly. From here, we're going to flip right over onto the back. Knees can be bent, feet flat on the earth. Feet about hip distance apart here. We're going to do our bridge pose. We've practiced this a few times in this series as our preparation for Matsyasana, our fish pose. So feet are nice and strong. They're parallel to one another. Arms and shoulders press down into the mat. Back of the skull presses back into the mat, just like we were doing in our lunge pose. So you can imagine that you're drawing the head back, arms down. Inhale, let's send the hips up towards the sky. And here I'm less concerned about how high the hips go and how much you can push the arms and the shoulders and the head down into the mat. Breathe here and hold. Isometrically draw the legs towards one another. As you exhale, let's start to lower the spine vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down to the ground. You can extend the legs long here. We're going to be shifting into our Matsyasana, our fish pose. If you have not done fish pose before, I highly encourage you to watch this portion of the video, rewind, and then try it with me. If you have practiced this before, starting with the feet, we'll hug the feet together, nice and strong, shins, knees, and thighs hugging towards one another. Tone through the core, pull the navel into the spine. Hands are alongside the body. You can tuck the hands just underneath the hips, palms face down, elbows right alongside the body. So we're nice and straight and strong here. From here, we're going to press the elbows down into the ground, the forearms into the ground, so much so that you lift the upper back up, top of the head rests down onto the ground. Breathe here, wide open throat, wide open heart. There is very little weight in the top of the head here. Most of the weight is in the forearms, the hands, and the elbows. So make sure to actively push down here. One more full breath. And exhale, let's lower all the way down. You can release the arms out to the side. It might feel good to pull the knees into the chest here. Pulling yourself into a little ball. You can hug the forehead into the knees, countering that fish pose. And then you can lower the legs all the way down, arms out wide, palms face up in a gesture of receiving. Being light with ourselves as we tune into this. I'm resting here in Shavasana for a few breaths, savoring the moment. As always, if you want to stay here, please do. Otherwise, we'll bend the knees. We'll roll off to the right or the left side. Let's pause today in a quick fetal position. Inhale, pushing into the hands, coming all the way back up to center. Keeping the eyes closed down. Throat and shoulders wide open. Feel into that space. Notice if the jaw feels more free. And when you're ready, you can open up the eyes. Welcome back. And I hope you felt a shift here. I feel so much more freedom physically in this area. I hope you do too. And yes, have fun today as you verbalize all of the fun little things that you're grateful for, and share this with as many people as you can. It will definitely uplift them as you do so. And for your journaling activity, I encourage you to do this at the end of your day, but write down just 3 to 5 things that you are super grateful for that were just really silly and fun and sweet and simple. And I will see you tomorrow for day 6. Namaste.